Hey everybody. Hey Jay, hey Dale. Happy what, Wednesday? Man, I'm losing track. Which, by the way, did the title get updated? Yeah, 6 days. 6 days until beta. Alright, what are we doing today? Hey Sergeant Hacker. Yeah, it's going well. My stress level's definitely been higher than normal. I guess what are you gonna do? Yeah, Mitch, he's gone. What is this? Details and command messages. Oh, botland front. Oh, interesting. Oh. Okay, looks good. Yeah, you fixed this nonsense that I did. Looks good. Yeah, okay. Seems pretty good. Thanks, Adele. Hey, I'm Perry. So, I added that giant bomb command, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so here's something I don't understand. I should be able, hey, Decisive Veteran, I should be able to go to my dashboard on Twitch. At least 6 days from now, I should be able to do this. And then over here, I should be able to change this from creative to botland. And I can't do that yet. And the reason why is because Giant Bomb doesn't. Actually, I don't know why exactly. But one of the things that they mentioned on there, like how to add a game to Twitch. Yeah, one of the things that they mentioned, and I'm not totally sure what this means. The game page on Giant Bomb must be an approved page, not a stub page. A stub page is any game page that has the following content. This wiki is a stub. Hit the edit button to add this article. So I see the hit the edit button to add a description, but there are other games that have been added on Twitch that have this exact same thing. So for example, I looked up Giant Bomb Screeps. Screeps is addable as a game, and yet their thing says the same, it has the same text. Maybe I need to add a release date? I don't know though. Game consists of 1 releases. Maybe that's what I need to do. Hey, Freak Technic. They approved my first page, yeah. Last year it was still 1 or 2 times per week. Like they take a day or two. Well, so, but here's the problem is I don't know if there's something else I need to do here or not. I mean, this says 0 releases, so maybe what I need to do is edit it. And actually, you know what, Mitch? You have an account in good standing, right? Hey, Nuffly. Do you mind? Do you mind just setting first release date to, I don't know, like, I don't know what to set this to. I don't know if it needs to be a date that is already passed or if it can be one in the future. Yeah, I think I need to message Twitch tonight. I think you're right about that. Message Twitch tonight and find out about getting botland added to the directory by Tuesday. To be honest, I don't know how important this is going to be. Like, if I were a streamer, I probably don't want to stream in a category that is brand new. And if I'm a viewer, I guess I benefit from knowing what the game is. But as the developer, having the category there will let other people know what game it is without having to ask. Adding content does nothing regarding sync. You just have to wait and hope. You can't even ask for a sync. Oh man. Okay, well then I guess I don't have to message Twitch. Just seems silly. Okay, what's my marketing plan? Hey Nara, it's not something that I'm going to be focusing on too much during beta marketing. So my marketing plan for beta is pretty much just reach out to some streamers. What would you like for the developer to be? Oh, so Mitch, I don't know if it's important for you to even modify that page now that they've said what they said, Hideo and EJ. I have already made an edit to this page that is just not approved yet. Let me show you what it is, because I guess you could technically just mirror this entire edit. Can you click this? Apparently you can't even click this. Seriously? That's weird. So I can't show you what I had to set to. But anyway, I did not set a release. That's the only thing. This edit, I filled out, I made some content for the page. I filled out the basic game details. So anyway, I looked up some other games, like Quasi's game. So I looked up Giant Bomb, Shotgun Farmers, and there was the same deal, right? So I guess this content isn't really necessary. Yeah, this also says 0 releases, and yet this is available as a game on Twitch. Now, this does have the basic details filled out, and it actually does have a release date here. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that would help, Mitch. Thank you very much. Anyway, so this pull request, I think we can just accept. Hey, Uli. How you doing? Ranch has no conflicts, so merge pull request. Confirm merge. Okay, cool. Hey, Smo. Well, the review may be a review, but I mean, I, I think it's nice to just acknowledge it, right? Okay, so now we can go pull the new version of this. By the way, Hideo, today's your day off, right? Written by you, for you. Yeah, hey, Davina. Maybe it's a protected. Yeah, maybe that, Freak Technic. It's not that. Oh, hey, hang on a second, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to, Oh, really? Oh, you don't have 1,000 points. Okay. Alright. I'm no better than Adam. Well, let's run this here. Site. Today's not Tuesday. Oh yeah, I never finished writing that command. Sorry about that. So 6 days until beta. What am I going to work on today? Adam will be working on some UI changes, and then he will hopefully address some bugs and last minute items remaining for beta. Please try to show up to the stream on beta launch day. There. Okay, I don't need that stuff. This I eventually need to do. And I don't think my submissions have anything to do with it, so I guess we just wait. Alright, next up, we do this yarn run dev. And then HTTP server. Hey Jupiter, how goes it? There, so here's the site. Looks good. So let's see these icons at the bottom. Yeah, these are much better than what I had. Hey Fled. Nice. And I will just send, what's the person's name? I forget or I forgot? I forgot better. Hey, just FYI, Hideo submitted a pull request that I approved. Alright, there we go. Hey, Moist Dust. It's called Plain Tasks. Got injured while running today. How did you do that, Jupiter? And what did you injure? And also, I'm sorry to hear that. But, yeah. I feel like every once in a while injuries happen. Hopefully it's not severe. Oh, yeah. Here's what I had written for the wiki content. I guess I drafted it over here. But, yeah, I wrote some things about gameplay. Just, I don't think anyone reads those Giant Bomb pages for indie games. And to be honest, the couple that I looked at kind of for reference aren't that good. No, I won't, EJ. And do I have any plans for the 26th? What is the 26th? Is it Thanksgiving? I don't know if the 26th is, Gillette. Also, speaking of not knowing what certain days are for. Today it is 2 people's birthdays. Yeah, so the missions UI. Oh, I see. Well, I don't think I'll be streaming that day, Fled, because that is a Sunday, I believe. But I've written it down. So happy very early birthday right now. Alright. People want to know something about the game? What is that? This doesn't need to be here. It hurts, can't walk. Jupiter, have you heard of foam rolling? Because every once in a while I run into pain like that and I use a foam roller and it ends up being like, well, it heals faster, I'd say that. It's not like it just magically cures you. But Mitch, yeah, the problem is I don't know the traffic numbers to a site like that. Yeah, but I maybe I should put some more time into it. Once my Giant Bomb submission gets approved, consider adding more details to the page. Yeah, Moist Dust. I had started using it after the blog post. I should also consider updating that. Consider updating Sublime blog post to mention playtest. Thanks for checking out the blog, by the way. Like, yeah, the black roll, yeah. Okay, so pre-attack screen missions, and we had written this here. It's probably one of the few places to get a solid exposure / base. Oh, base / solid idea. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I should probably put some more time into that then. I wrote it down. Okay, so there's a B paste here for what we wanted to do. Just like Twitch uses their site to pull games, a lot of people use a wiki and info from there. Yeah, it'd be nice to know what the kind of traffic numbers are to those game pages. Because, for example, I looked at Undertales. Undertale is I'd say a massively successful indie game. And I didn't really like their Giant Bomb page for it. But then again, I don't know, maybe I'm not the target audience for that. Thing and thin? Yeah, there is a difference. Yeah, I think you would just need to hear someone say it slowly. Thing and thin. Now, a lot of people say something instead of something, but there is a difference in ending sounds. This is more just informal. Okay, so imagine a missions connected component. Don't only see a point of mission. I agree with that. So we make this. and this provides us missions with all of the stuff we might need for that. I think this is a great idea. Yeah, I think this is a great idea. While that's true, Mitch, when it might have been necessary to pull in customers, it didn't have content. I guess, yeah, I don't know. I I still have the same conclusion. I will try to make that page better. The problem, and this is what's really annoying about that site, and I know why they need to do this, but the problem is that every edit I make, I need to wait like 2 or 3 days apparently before I can see that edit. So I can't just make these tiny one-off changes. Hey, gun dogs. Ooh. Guys, I'll be honest with you. So I want to get as much stuff done as possible for beta, but man, it's hard to stay motivated lately because I've been working a lot more than normal. But yeah, let's try to work through this. What we might have to do is some like less important work today. Like this missions thing, I have a feeling it's going to be a kind of a big thing to do. So I will still take a look at this. Hey, Banana. Yeah, I'm not sure, Mitch. What am I doing right now? I am working on the missions UI. So this, hang on, let me show you in the game. In the game, there's just a placeholder. Hang on, let me mute that. I like that beta banner now that it's been there for a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so here it just says your missions will eventually show here. What I could do, and what might actually be a good idea, is just putting a link to Twitter here or something like that. And then eventually, once I've written the missions component, replace it with missions. Because the only thing I wanted fixed for beta is that this isn't blank space. But yeah, I could just put a Twitter link there. Yeah, maybe I'll do that because I don't think I'll be able to do this in less than like 3 hours. The problem is that the post attack missions thing is going to need to show progress, and I don't think that's going to be easy. Or just put good luck. Hey, SWAT kid. Or save this for later. Yeah, but SWAT kid, one of the things that I had written down here is, where is this? This. I want to do this gut check. Well, actually, I could just kind of do this right now and show you guys what I'm thinking. So I wrote, is there anything that more than 20% of players would notice is missing? For example, if sound and music were missing, people would notice that immediately. More than 20% of the players would notice that. So is it very important for launching the game? So this is something I need to look through. If you were to show Botland to a popular streamer, what would stand out as bad to viewers? And then also try this on Firefox. Hey, Ringman. Yeah, no more shades. It's not Halloween anymore. We can get rid of that command now. Yeah, let's just take a quick look through the game then. And let me also... I guess none of this was really necessary in the end, the changes I made. Right? What does this do? Yeah. I mean, we could have that go to the missions tab, but I think I'm going to delete both of these things. Especially this one, at least. And probably this. And for now, yeah, let's revert this too. I really have to figure out why that's happening. Stupid new Windows. Would missions coming soon kind of get people excited? Oh, it's a feature. Just the UI isn't on that particular page. Missions are already in the game and they're fully functional. The only problem is they're not right here. And they're also not there when you finish the match. So that's it. It's not... It just looks incomplete, that's all. Anyway, let's refresh the page. Let's act like we're coming to this page for the first time. In fact, let's do it even differently. Okay, let me also change the today command because that's just going to be wrong. Adam will be addressing some bugs and last minute items remaining for beta. Yeah. Yeah, so let's act like we're a brand new player to the game. We're gonna arrive at this page and be like, okay, what do I do? And I'll find create an account. And I'll hear a sound. I'll be like, what was that? Then I'll go make an account. So Adam6. Then I would have typed this stuff in, but I don't care about that. This was checked by default? Oh no, that's checked on localhost by default. I don't think it's checked online by default. Yeah, you have to check it online. Okay, cool. And I would have had to type in my email address too. So then I get music. And there's no way to disable it. And it was something that I had kind of written here. Yeah, add a music note to the upper right of the tutorial dialog where clicking enable or disable sound. I wonder how hard it'd be to do that. Also, getting rid of the back button in the tutorial. I feel like that's probably a good thing to do. Where did I write that down? Where is it? I don't see where this is. Yeah, I don't know where I could have sworn I'd written this down. Yeah, I guess not. You could always mute the tab, yeah, but that's for people who know about clicking this. Which actually, by the way, I don't know if you can just click that unless you set a flag in Chrome. I think you need to right click and go to mute still. Raymond, yeah, that's a much, much larger task than just allow people to cancel it. So that is on my radar. I just can't do that before beta. And yeah, yesterday was Halloween. Fled. That's why I had the glasses. I really like the starting tone to the song. Reminds me of... Oh, huh. Yeah, you can mute tabs and you can actually use this button to mute them, but only if you have a Chrome flag enabled. So you'd have to look up what that is. Yeah, so one of the things we're gonna do then. Let's just do this as we find this. Say remove the back button from the tutorial. I don't think this is difficult to do. Back button. There's like a tutorial. What did I call this thing? There it is. It is down here, right there. Yeah. Show bullets, hide previous, true. Hide next, true. I don't understand what this is doing then. Huh. At least make that mute button. Yeah, I think we should consider that. It should be muted by default. I don't know if it should be muted by default. Is that correct? What it's actually not the simplest, Devena, given how they have this stuff set up. This back, oh man, I'm not a fan of this library that much. These buttons get repurposed into different buttons sometimes, and I want different themes based on what they got repurposed into. So the back button can also change into a skip button or something like that. The next button can change into a done button. Hey, Luculus. Yeah, pressure cooker is used for cooking. Halloween glasses are for Halloween. Alright, we gotta go find out what's the... Oh, I don't have a non-incognito tab open. Intro.js. Let's go find in their documentation how we do this. Because I think... Oh, this is only hiding it in the first step. How do we turn this off entirely? I guess we could just hide it in CSS. So we can go to intro less, tutorial less. Yeah. So there's a pre button. What task am I starting with? I don't think I can handle a big task today. So I'm not going to do missions. The missions UI itself is maybe not that bad. and maybe I'm just making this out to be bigger than it really is. But having completed missions at the end of the game is probably going to be tough to handle. Because I think I'm going to run into some issues. Why do I want to remove it? People are usually confused about this, and I'll show you why. Here, you see back and you see next, and it looks fine. You're like, okay, clicking back probably gets me in the last info. But here, you see a back button. It says, let's get started. Tap this button out of your defense. And it's highlighting this button, but you've never seen this before. So you might be like, oh, okay, I'll click back. And then you're like, wait, I saw this already, and I click next. And it's just a tendency for the next 5 minutes you're in the tutorial to just click this back button instead of the button that's highlighted. No, it's not about it switching positions. It's just about this problem where people were confused here. Plus, the other thing is, I mean, how frequently will people use this for its intended purpose? Will they be like, wait a second, what did that one say? Oh, fully automated game. Okay, now I can go for it. I don't think it's going to happen. Use an arrow? That's not the problem. I feel like people click whatever they see on the screen. I mean, how many times has a dialogue popped up? You'll be using a program and you're like, oh, whatever, this one. And you just click a button. A lot of people do that, and they do not read whatever shows up there. Well, yeah, there's one that's the same color as the frame. But still, I don't think that's the problem. I think it's that people just click stuff that they see. Like, they're not going to click stuff in the background because that's grayed out. Okay, fine. But they see this and they see this, and they're like, oh, okay. And yeah, that's an issue. Hey, L9. Couldn't you let people start the tutorial manually instead of... So, Rangnan, like I said, this is on my radar, and it's not something that's easy to fix. The reason why is because I have this all written down here in this link. I don't want to be dismissive here, but like the tutorial not only teaches you the game, but it also puts you in a state to be able to play the game. So if you don't do the tutorial, then you wouldn't have set up a defense, and if you don't set up a defense, you can't play Botland. So it's very difficult for me to change this right now. And it's not something that I want to leave as is, but for beta, it's definitely going to stay that way. I feel if they don't read it, then they may need that back button. But Gundogs, if they don't read it, chances are they're not going to read it. The way that tutorials work, and this is really unfortunate, but the way that tutorials work is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I can tell players, hey, here's rule 1, rule 2, and rule 3 of the game. You need to know these rules. And then click next, and be like, well, what? Like, what am I supposed to do? That is going to happen. No matter how little text you have, how much you try to lay out for the player, there's going to be someone who's just like, I do not need to know this. I am more knowledgeable than the game is, and just skip it. And you have to work with those people. So yeah, I don't think having that back button is going to be useful, and I just want to get rid of it. Make the word click or select bold. Yeah, I feel like it's better to just remove the back button. Because like I said, how frequently do you think people would actually use the back button? I'm not really looking for justification at this point. I've already justified it in my mind. But I do need to just do the task. So that's what I kind of set out to do. The horse can't go away from the river though. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. There's two different lead a horse to water. There's one which is bring them to the action they have to perform. This is impossible to avoid. Yeah, you can't go away from the water. But 2 is teach them what they need to know about the game. This is, yeah, they don't have to drink. That's it. It's just you can force them to perform actions. Like, hey, you cannot proceed unless you click this button. But hey, here's why you clicked the button. That's what I'm talking about. Like you can't have players learn that stuff. You can't force them to. They could get to the end of your tutorial, again, no matter how well crafted, and be like, oh, what was I supposed to do? Or 2 days could pass and they could forget what to do even if they learned it already. Hey, Vankersita. What is this? Okay. I think you're on the right track for getting beta and know what you need to do. Every choice can be debated forever, and maybe that's part of you feeling burnout. Maybe just execute today. So SWAT Kid, I think the burnout is coming from normally I have 32 hours a week of streaming slash coding, right? And so in getting ready for beta, it's been, I don't know how many hours, but more than 32. And 32 is already like right at my limit. And I know it seems like a low number because most people probably are like, oh, I work 40 hours a week or 60 hours a week. But I can't ever seem to do more than this. So this is what's been happening lately, and there's still a lot to do. And I'm still going to do it. Tomorrow I won't be streaming, but I'm going to be working on some of this stuff. So for example, Amazon approved my email sending. I'm approved for up to 75K emails per day and like 20 emails per second or something like that. So I can't exceed either one of these rates. And then there's the Twitch game directory that I need to get set up. Anyway, we're doing the gut check right now. So yeah, let's go see if I fix this tutorial thing. Yeah, the back button is now gone. Anyway, we're going to continue along this gut check. This is what we're doing right now. I will show you. Let me go check that in. Remove back button from tutorial. Well, hide back button in tutorial. Maybe you need 1 or 2 days off stream before beta, additional to Thursday. Yeah, I was thinking that would be Saturday and Sunday. Because the days that I have planned to stream before beta, there are six calendar days until beta. But if counting today is 3 stream days, so today, of course, is just going to be like miscellaneous tasks to make the game better. Then Thursday is an off day. Friday was another stream day, which I don't know. It's just a question mark. And Monday is probably going to be the soft launch. And to be honest, I don't know what else we would really do on Monday. Maybe just fix a couple of bugs. Aw, no problem, Mitch. Yeah, I was going to say, the thing that people have commented on most about this stream, that they've gained some value, is organization. Thanks, Mitch. I was talking about working days, but maybe you're thinking of working this weekend before beta. Yeah, I am. Yeah. But yeah, working days, I could take maybe Friday off of the stream and just try to do stuff. The problem is momentum's been really good on the stream. Like, I have this beta countdown going, and I feel like yesterday we had a lot of viewers, and I kind of need those viewers to eventually convert into people playing Botland. Anyway, let's check this in. So hide back button in tutorial. It was a bit confusing to some people to have a button that they were supposed to click and also the back button present. So they would reflexively click the back button even though that's not what they wanted. I don't think the back button was providing much value anyway. So now it's gone. Hey, Mystical. Continue to update the title even if not streaming. Okay, let's continue to go through this. Again, we're on gut check right now. So we're right here. Now we just want to see how everything feels. So it says tap this button out of your defense. That was actually kind of weird, right? Hang on, let's go back to that for a second. There are no buttons here anymore. So this text is just not centered and it looks strange. What if I set the height of this to 0 pixels? That would look great. So is there a way to only set the height of something if there are no children? No visible children? Yeah. This is not good. Maybe tooltip buttons has a max height of, or a, I don't know how this works. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. Container empty. In CSS, if not content display, none in the container. Container empty, they are removed. Okay, hang on. Let me go do that. So tooltip buttons. What? Tooltip buttons isn't even a thing here? I guess not. Intro.js tooltip buttons. Let's do background color red and just make sure we're selecting the right thing here. So this whole thing should turn red at the bottom. Yeah, good. Okay. So what is this? CSS container empty? Oh. So if it's empty, we'll set the background color to red, and then if that works, then we'll make it hidden. That way we can just test this really fast. It can't be CSS only. Then I have to go modify intro.js. Hey, Turbo Dave. Oh, empty works if the DOM subtree is empty. Okay, got it. Yeah. All right, then let's go modify that. No, intro.js is up a directory. So we want to launch this. Buttons layer. Skip tooltip, previous and next. What is this function? Show element. This gets added for pretty much everything. Okay. Set show element, what does that do? Yeah, so let's try this out here. What we'll do is we'll say if, how do we JavaScript? In the subtree, are the elements hidden using inline styles? If yes, it can be CSS only. Yeah, no, it's not just inline styles. Yeah. Okay, so JavaScript check if element is visible. How do you do this? Offset parent will return null whenever it or any of its parents are hidden via the display style property. Just make sure that the element isn't fixed. If you do have position fixed elements. Okay, yeah. We can just check this then. This technically doesn't need to be here. Can't you check the CSS properties directly from JS to see if it's visible? I mean, I can, but I don't know if it's going to be display none or visibility hidden, or it's just not in the DOM. It sounds like this is a good way to do this. To avoid computing offset. This shouldn't have to do anything like get bounds. I think this should be fine. So if is hidden, all of the children of the tooltip button, buttons layer, I mean. I just want to make sure we can do this. Oh, and this is kind of annoying about intro.js. Unless this is linked, maybe this would work. Let's try this out. I don't think so. I don't think I did this right. No, I didn't. Oh man. Alright, let's look at package.json. So this is correct. This one, we need... Oh, didn't we run into problems with this when I tried linking this before? I'm pretty sure we ran into problems. And then this took a really long time to fix. And I couldn't figure out what went wrong. But I want to link it. Yeah, intro.js. Alright, let's try linking it. And if it fails, we'll just uninstall it and reinstall it. So here we do npm link. Yeah, just do npm link from here. and then from here do npm link botland intro.js. Oh boy. Okay, that should work. Now we go rebuild this. And what should happen is we should just have it break in. Yeah, Windows. Okay, and that failed. Oh yeah, this was the problem that caused it to fail last time too. This whole syntax dynamic import thing. I don't know what to do about that. I wonder if it has to do with how this gets linked in. Well, I don't know if that makes any sense. Because how does this work? Main is just intro.js. I still kind of wonder if that's the problem here. Do I have... What is this? Alias? Intro.js? Path.resolve their name node modules? What if we got rid of this thing? Would this help me at all? What's the first OS I use? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. What if we got rid of this, if this would have any impact? And I wonder if this did make it work, what this would be a problem with. Let's try it. No, that doesn't work. Okay, well I guess we can't use link, so let's stop it. How do I unlink this now? If you ever want to install an older version, that's it, blah blah blah. Okay, well maybe we can... I mean, I've used MS-DOS. I don't know if that was the first one. What am I doing? Can I say npm unlink? Okay, that's a command. So now, over here, if I say node modules / botland, there's a way to do this. Yeah, here we go. This is pointing at something else. So what we want to do is we want to install it for real. Intro.js. I wonder if that'll work. You need to unlink twice, like you linked it twice, if you really want to remove both links. Oh, I see. Hey, Superman. Wait, I don't have to unlink it twice? I never played Battle Chess. Yeah, there was this game back in the day. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a space shooter. You had to kill a bunch of bats. It was probably called something unoriginal like bats, but it was fun. Golf watch. And there was Magic Carpet 2, of course, the world's greatest game. Yeah, so this isn't gonna break in. What I need to do is I need to test all these things here. You remove the global, you still have the intro.js global link. Do I? I did an npm unlink here. I don't need to do this again, right? But then I installed over this thing. So the intro.js being linked globally should be gone, and then botland using a link should be gone. But maybe I'm misunderstanding something. 0. We'll give you the global link. Where's intro.js? I don't even see intro.js here. Intro. No, I don't see it. It would be somewhere around here. I don't see that there. I don't know. Anyway, it seems like everything's working though. It builds. I wonder what that's doing there. So the way I need to test this then is by like digging into this directory. Botland intro.js. Yeah, I don't get the issue with linking either. I still think it has to do with this thing being the same name as the directory that it's in. I have a feeling that's the only problem there. So show element is what we need to find. Or buttons layer, research for that. If you change the capitalization, this turns into buttons layer. And that's a much more interesting name than buttons layer. So we want this right before we call what function? This right here. Yeah, so I just want a breakpoint here, and I want to see how you iterate over the children of this thing. It's probably just .children, .for each. Children for each, is that a function? No. Well, whatever, we can just iterate over it ourselves. Yeah. My lynch is like, hey, do you like red rectangles? Because I do. And then just puts them everywhere. It's because of indentation issues, I think. Okay, so where's the one that I was modifying this whole time? Here it is. So I think what we can do is hidden. We go put this function over here. Or we kind of just do a proof of concept. This is annoying. That's what it is. I equals... Oh, we can't use lets? Oh, what was the problem here? I don't have any lets, I don't have any const, but I don't think those actually matter. Well, whatever, we'll put var I. Or we'll say something like, I'll just make a new function. Oh, man. Hide element if children are not visible. Buttons layer. Element. So for var I equals 0, I is less than ella dot children. Dot length I plus plus. We get the child. And we check to see if it's hidden. So we paste this here. If not is hidden child, then just return, because we have nothing to do, because there is a visible child. Otherwise, we say ella dot something dot something, style dot visibility, not set display equal to none, maybe. I don't know, let's try it. So if I did this correctly, we should still see buttons here, but as soon as, oh, that failed. Element is undefined. Buttons layer is undefined. How's that possible? Hey Kuba. What did I mess up here? Oh, this doesn't always exist. So you just say, if this is null, then return. Oh boy. Oops. Do I ever E to my PC? Yeah, I do. This didn't work. Okay, let's get a selector to this and make sure I'm using the right thing. Isn't there a way to do this more easily? Like the thing you have selected is always $R or something like that? Oh, I forgot. So a.style.display equals none. Is this gonna hide that layer? Yeah, it is. What did I mess up then? I wonder if this is, just put a breakpoint here. $0, is that the thing you last clicked? Also, do I have this written down somewhere? So if I click some element like this. Oh yeah, and even it says it right there. Oh. In previous or $1, $2. Interesting. Interesting. I did not know this. At least I didn't remember it. Yeah, I know about copying the selector path, but that's an extra like 3 steps that I need to do. So we'll just highlight this little thing right here and then paste that in here. Quick references to elements. Was that a Windows sound? Yeah, that was ShareX. So by clicking an element in DevTools, you will see something like this. You can then use 0 to refer to that element in the console. Also 1, 2, etc. are the previous elements. React DevTools gives you direct instance of the selected component. Okay, cool, thanks. So what did I mess up now? Hey, Crucials. You can set it up so it automatically brings up an edit window. That I don't think I want to do because I don't end up using that all the time, and I don't mind just opening. I have a shortcut called M that opens up paint.net. So it's usually pretty easy for me to just open that, like Windows key R, M, enter, and then just paste and do whatever I need to do. That I don't mind. Okay, so the children of this doesn't actually matter. What matters is once we get right to the end, whoops. So it's 3 clicks, we need to remember that. Oh, you have 2 different keybinds? Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure if I would end up remembering that. I probably would. Oh, what is that undefined? What is going on right now? This thing should exist. Hide element if children are not visible? Does the buttons layer not exist? Does it not create it? It probably doesn't create it. That's probably what's going on. What is this? If old helper layer is not equal to null. So there's going to be some old buttons layer here. This seems really stupid. Yeah, this seems really stupid. Bless you. Yeah, sorry. Try to stick to English in chat, especially if it's the first thing I ever see you type in chat. Well, we could do this a couple of different ways, but I don't know. I guess this is where we would need to do this. So we say something like old buttons layer. Tooltip buttons. And we put this here. Why can't you see it? I think if you have better Twitch TV, you can see it. But the reason why you wouldn't be able to see it on Twitch normally is just because there was a reason for deleting messages usually. Either there's some spam link and you don't want people to click it still or something like that. Thanks, Motor. Can you hack Facebook? Yeah, in fact, anyone can using this video. So this will only exist over here. But it needs to be after we've set up all the rest of these things. This is why I think this is silly. Doesn't even work. What am I doing? Just what am I doing? It'd be nice to just have linked this so that I could look at this code the way it was intended to be read. This is tooltip buttons. No more buttons. I fixed it. I wonder why that's happening. I guess we could just take a look. The element's undefined, so we don't care about that. Here the element is this, and it does have a child. So we'll go through the children and we will check to see if it's hidden. If it's not hidden, then we just return. That child should not be hidden. But what, it doesn't have an offset parent? Yeah, it's null. Even though it should. Or no, that was the skip. That was probably the back button then. What else do we have here? The next button. The next button should have an offset parent. It does. Okay. So that won't be hidden. Yeah, so we just return. So then we get here another time, and now the element is here, and it doesn't exist in the DOM anymore? No, it doesn't. It disappears. Why does that happen? I'm playing hide and seek with the DOM. What did cause this to hide, though? Probably in its style somewhere. It's either got... No, its display is not set any differently. Maybe we just get the computed style of that? Hey, Codebreaker. Wait, is get computed style not a thing? I thought... Window.get computed style. What in the world does this do? There we go. So its display is block. Good. Its visibility is visible. Hey, Kadoku. Where is this that it just doesn't exist in the DOM anymore? Huh. That's really weird. Like, really weird. Where did this go? I guess we could probably just find out by looking where this call stack is. I mean, this isn't show element. Maybe there's something that does this here and I'm just being silly. It would avoid this issue. Offset height. Oops, I'm in the wrong calls. Hey, Snedge. Okay, yeah, let's try this. Although I don't know if this is my problem or not. I think the problem may be I can't seem to do this. Let's just sit back. I mean, these are the things that are definitely worth checking. Yeah, I wonder what happened here. How is the element hidden? Visibility? That's a good question. I don't actually know. Let's find out. So this has display none. This has visibility hidden. And this has display none. So I could just give this display none. Just hide this entirely. Visibility won't affect it. Okay, there we go. Hooray! Alright. God, now I need to put all these things back in though. I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah. Alright. I am going to purge your messages and warn you. I don't appreciate non sequiturs in chat. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, and I wonder if both of these are needed. Let's just try this out really quickly. I don't think it's going to be... It's not going to take long to verify this. Yeah, so we could just do this on this one. So old buttons layer isn't necessary. Hey, puzzle. I am just trying to do anything I can to provide some value to the game right now. So what I'm doing is I'm going through and doing what I'm calling a gut check and just seeing, does anything look a little bit weird? Can it be improved? And the first thing I did is I wanted to remove the back button from the tutorial. So if you're on this step and you're like, hey, what was the last step? You can't see it. But now what we have to do, and this is where I really should have saved the old file so that I have a diff to this. Although I guess we could diff it with this one. Intro.js. Yeah. So we need is hidden. We need these two functions. Both of these. We paste this into here. And then what else? So this is now handled. And then we just need to call this on the buttons layer. And that's right before set show element, where I have a debugger in here, so I could just change this. I had to work on a project for school. We have no idea where to start. Well, why don't you start with getting just one part of it set up? So for example, just set up MySQL and then make sure you can connect to it. And that's it. And then make sure you can insert a user in there or something, or a guestbook entry. Always try breaking your problems down like that. So let's write this down. So now if all of the buttons ended up getting displayed, ended up being hidden, then hide the entire button layer so that it doesn't take up space. And then we'll write this stuff down too. Checks to see if an element is hidden. And here, if all children have display none, then give this element display none. This does not work with visibility hidden due to how is hidden works, I believe. Hey, back goes. Everything seems to work fine. Well, thanks for checking it out, by the way. That's pretty good. Okay, and these should be all of these changes. So let's go in here, make this atom 10, and then view our changes that we have. Should be good. Yeah, looks good. And yeah, looks good. Cool. Okay, so hide buttons layer when children are hidden. By doing this, the buttons layer won't take up space when it doesn't have any visible children. So we commit and push that, then we do an npm publish here, and then on the client we need to go install the new version. So we do that here. Wait, it should already be a command that I have. I think I dropped some frames. Yeah, here it is. So we just do this. But we do this in the right directory. There. So that should work, and it should trigger a rebuild over here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, nice. Yeah, let's continue on with a gut check then. Yeah. Oh yeah, being able to mute the music. That's another thing I need to do. Should we do that? Because we need it on every single tutorial dialogue. Alternatively, maybe I could just add a div up here that would be for muting music. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe, well, I'll just write down some notes. Want a way to mute sounds and music. This is your arena. Yeah, we have this hover color, but it's different from whatever the rest of the game is going to do here. Different from what I'm doing the rest of the game. Yeah, okay. So tap this button to make a new defense bot blueprint. Yeah, this stuff looks fine. You should have it on the login screen. Should be sufficient enough, especially with the settings not synced. But people won't know how loud it is on the login screen, or maybe they're not going to be annoyed by the music then and they might want it later. Alright, see you, Mitch. Oh, darn it. Oh, no. This is so frustrating. Yeah, we got to go undo that change that I have. Or, I don't know. The back button gets repurposed into the done button? No, what? Where's the done button here? No. God, this is the worst. So that's fine, but it says this: start by dragging lasers from the right onto the level 3 selector that appears. And there should be a button here that has got it. Tooltip buttons. Yeah, here. Why is it hidden? Done button is at 20. Oh. I know why. Because we need to show the element if there are children. Oh man. It's usually what I I go with anywhere. I can build a custom component for a particular setting. Like for example, we could have a custom slider for a setting. I'm not sure, Hideo. I don't remember what I did for that. Yeah, I don't remember. Well, okay, so I sort of do, because the header is a higher order component, but the settings thing isn't. Yeah, this sucks. Okay, so I gotta go fix this bug. Fix the problem where the done button, where the got it, can't show because its parent was hidden. Any problem? I like the music at least. That's good. Yeah, so I gotta go modify intro.js again. Let's do it. So hide if. Oh man, what is going on right now? This is exactly what happened last Friday. I just got so frustrated. I can't let this happen. I gotta do things. Okay, so this is not necessarily just hide, it's also potentially show. So I don't know what we'd want here for the display originally. Maybe block. Hide or show element. Yeah, let's try that out. Let's see if that works. So it shows here. It gets hidden here. No, it doesn't work there. Yeah. Hide or show equals toggle. Hey, day. Yeah. I could rename it to that. Well, I would say toggle element visibility. Or whatever, really. Yeah. This is not gonna work, huh? Because what? This is the existing layer? I don't understand why. Put a breakpoint here. Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm just a little overwhelmed. Wait a second. This isn't even triggering a rebuild, is it? Oh, I think that's our issue here. Yeah, that's our issue. Why isn't this? I went directly into Botland's intro.js in the client. Yeah. Weird. I wouldn't say big problems, but yeah, there are still some things that need to be worked out before beta can be launched. But I had already planned on working on this stuff. So basically by the end of tomorrow, I want to make sure that any of those Pry 1 things like sending out emails is just figured out. Yeah, I'm not sure why this isn't building though. And what could I be doing wrong here? Very strange. Yeah, very strange. Okay, let's just try rerunning this. I don't know why this would have anything to do with that. Because it should have already been watching this. Maybe an install messed it up. Could be that. I don't know how. But here's how we find out. We just press save and yeah, it built. Okay, good. So then this should work. Buttons show. Buttons don't show. Those are good so far. And now right here, oh, it still doesn't work. Let's find out what's going on. This is going to break in for every little thing. we don't care about it until we get to that one step. So right after this one. So we click the edit button, and now it breaks in, and we go into here, and the element exists, and it should have the done button. It's the skip button. What is this? Skip button, done button? Hey, Shadow. You know, more and more, this just keeps pointing to that I should rewrite intro.js from the ground up and then just never deal with this again. This has cost me so much more time than it will probably have saved me by the end of this. Yeah. So what, this is invisible for some reason? Display inline block. Wait, what? Oh, it shows and then it gets hidden for some reason? Yeah, because now nothing's showing. I don't know why. I don't think I can do this. Yeah, the element just doesn't exist now, and then what? Then it fades in, and at that point nothing gets called on that? Yeah, I don't understand. If I just got rid of the display none there, this would be fine. No, now is not the time to do this, definitely, but this can't be that hard to do, though. That's the part I don't get, is like, well, I guess I haven't really spent a lot of time, and I'm just getting needlessly frustrated here. What's the visibility of this? I wonder if this would work according to what I have here for is hidden. So we'll set lm equals that, and then we'll run this. So is hidden is false. So then the parent would get a proper display. Hey, Wayne. So then maybe this function just isn't getting called, but then it would need to have been set to invisible at first. And I don't think that's happening. Maybe it is. Click this. This gets set to, we either go to here or here. I don't know which one, but it should be block, and it's not. Because what? This child is invisible. This is the got it button. This should be visible. Why is it not? Strange. Hey, mouse. Fork it, fix it, forget it, refactor it out later. I mean, that's what I'm in the process of doing. This thinks it's hidden. Why? Lambda offset width, height, so that doesn't make any sense. Display none gets overridden by something else. So we should find a yeah, it's inline block. This has a display. It's not hidden, is it? It looks visible to me. I think this is hidden function is just broken. But then again, what do I know? Hey, Draclin. Yeah, Let's try this one more time. Yeah, we can see the got it button right there. And yet this thinks that it's hidden. Yeah, it does. There is exactly one child. And for some reason is hidden is returning true on it. Child.display or child.style.display. Get computed style child dot display. Yeah, I think we should just do that. I think the rest of this was a bad idea. Get computed style. This is just what I should do. But this is whether it's visible. So there. Let's try that out. See if that works. This is the slow way of doing things, but it's, I guess, the proper way of doing things. That's working fine. That's working fine. That's fine. Yeah, now it's all working fine. Okay, yeah, so the is hidden function was just bad. Alright, fine. So, return... not is hidden on the skip tooltip one. And then we write this over here. API private. Hey Noxa, how's your post-Halloween going for you? Fewer people knocking at your door? Man. A lot quieter. That's good to hear. Oh, nice. Congrats. What is it? One landing page? Cool. Yeah. For those who were watching the stream yesterday, you know that I struggled with one landing page. So you can do more than I can if you can complete that job. Yeah, let's check this in. So I'll copy... I'll compare these two. Diff with the tab directly to the right of it. And yeah, we changed those functions, the name of that, the definition of that. Is skip unvisible. So this is where things need to be moved to. So this and is hidden change. And this does too. I still have a debugger in there. Yeah, I'll take a look at this before I fully commit. What else do we need to do now? Change the call to be the right name. Hide element if. Wait, I wonder if the showing part is important. I don't know if it is. I don't know if setting this to block is necessary now. Maybe we didn't need to change the name of this. That's good. That's good. Yeah, no, we don't need to do this. So this thing's name can stay the same. Yeah, we don't need to change this. So this would work with visibility hidden. I'll just write this may not work with visibility hidden. So now we get rid of this and we go check this in. Hey, Kitty Cola. Well, we're going through the gut check for the beta. Just seeing what feels right and what doesn't. And it's going okay so far. Let's take a look at this. In fact, anywhere else that I do this thing too, we should check out the rest of that. Let's just search for none. Is there ever a comparison done against this? Just for me. Looks good. Looks good. This should be changed back to the old name. This should be changed back to the old name. And there, that's it. So all we really did is change the definition of is hidden. Fix bug in is hidden. Function didn't really do what it was supposed to. I used a slower implementation that should be more accurate. I don't know if this is something that's going to get fixed by restarting though. So we do an npm publish here. We cut this thing out. And then we go import it as soon as this is done. Then we restart this. And that's that. Then we carry on with our gut check. Yeah, let's go back to the gut check stuff. Back to this. Welcome to Botland. Alright, looking good. There's no back button anymore. Give our done button again. So we edit this. Got it. Looks good. Looks good. Test mode, test stuff out. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is working fine so far. Kappa. Yeah, I think the tutorial is going fine so far. It still needs to be cleaned up, of course. It's not too bad. Now this takes longer than it should because I had to do weird things with the bot's life values to make sure that you win the game. So one thing you'd probably be curious about is like, okay, do I have to watch this whole thing? And I guess you'd want to click this. Oh, the CPU has like next to no life. All right, it doesn't take that long, I guess. It's like 40, 50 seconds maybe. So you finish your first attack and then this thing pops up in the background saying you defeated yourself. I'm okay with that being there for right now, but eventually that'll just be gone. Actually, wait a second, why is that there? Why JavaScript? I wanted there to be as little friction as possible in playing the game. So you could just go to play.bot.land and start. Yeah, this shouldn't pop up. Yeah. Maybe hide the slots in the tutorial where you can't put stuff yet. I was pretty confused until I suddenly saw a blink. But that's how the UI works even when you're done with the tutorial. So I don't want it to, well, that selector should change eventually. Hey, Chandra. Okay, well, we'll write this down. So when you finish, hey, Blue King, testing your defense, a match results page shows up. Okay. Oh, wait, no, this is when you finish attacking your defense. Oh, no, this is not a bug then. It's something that's going to be fixed later. Okay, good. Although it is weird. I don't like that. Is there something broken or just polishing? I'm doing neither right now. I am going through and doing a gut check of just, do things feel good? So ideally, I wouldn't have to touch the tutorial at all, but in that particular case, something did feel bad, and then I fixed that. So I upgrade. We get a chip. We put this in. That got it button was really tiny for some reason. Yeah, that's another little thing. Hints in the tutorial are styled completely wrong. No, I don't flat. That never touches the server. And hey, Foxic. Maybe a bit late, just realized that your is hidden function was working fine, but was actually coded as is visible instead. Oh, really? Oh, man. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that happens, I think, when I'm like close to burnout rate. Thank you for pointing that out though, Foxer. Alright, so click here to go back to your blueprints. I wrote blueprints on that, but then it says bots over here. I think we should change that. Go back to your... Oh, whoops, wrong file. Go back to your blueprints. Maybe we should say bots there just to make that a little bit clearer. Let's take a look. See how that sounds. See how that, yeah, sounds. So we go to upgrading our defense. We click upgrade. So select chips. Drag the chip into the arena. Click, tap here to go back to your bots. Yeah, the weird thing is, it should probably point to that specific button and not the other one. What is that called? Tab button 4? Oh, that's not gonna help us. Okay, what if... How do we do this? There are 2 divs in here. What if we got the first div of the blueprint selector category buttons? This might be a bit weird. Let's mute this also. Blueprint selector category buttons. And then we want to get the first div. Let's try that. That way the arrow just points at the right thing. That's all. Let's get rid of these things. So we're going to just zip through this again. So we click chips. And that should ideally point at chips. Then we put this down and it should point at bots now. Tap here to go back to your bots. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so then in the first time where it says go to your chips, we should get the second one of these. Hey, Buka. Where did the first one go? Select chips. Yeah, so we want nth child. Nth child. Yeah, this. So we're going to duplicate this and get the second one of those and then go up to here and do that. Let's try that. Okay, let's try that out. So now it's going to point at this. The last thing you unlocked is the ability to place a chip. Select chips now. I like that better. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we place the chip. Tap here to go back to your bots. Finish placing the rest of your bots, and when you're done, save your defense. Tap, tap, tap. Save the defense. You did it. You made it through the tutorial. If you want, you can skip the rest of this information, start playing. You can greatly improve your strategies by learning about scripting. You don't need to be a coder to play Botland. To find out more, go to the advanced tutorial. So start advanced tutorial. This has not been coded yet, sorry. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe we should get rid of that for beta. Hey, why not? So if I click attack another player, what happens? Yeah, it works. Okay, cool. Well then, I think we can check this in as just a fix. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll write improved tutorial. Hey Mantis. New intro.js dependency, which I wrote. What does this do? Will hide the section containing the \, whatever buttons if all of them are hidden anyway. That way the section doesn't needlessly take up space. That's one thing. That is needed. Fled, as far as games go, Botland is not a big game. It's just a large undertaking for one person, I think. So I think in general, not many people are doing this sort of thing. Botland, if done correctly, is going to be something like a 3 or 4 year long project. So yeah, to have one developer working for that long on a game full time is not probably that common. So point at the right, change minor wording. Point at the correct elements when selecting bots versus chips. Yeah, and then minor wording change that we had there. Display none. Yeah, looks good. Okay. Cool. I don't have any pets now. Great, so let's continue with the gut check. So now we can go into settings. I guess we can turn this down. So I got done with the tutorial and I went right to attacking someone. I guess I was in this screen. And at this point, I don't really know much about the game. I don't know about, like, can I click these or anything? And that feels weird that the CPU is not on a tile. That was always just a bug in how the graphics were laid out. Well, we could put down our bot that was already configured for us and just kind of see what happens. Yeah, there's about 100 rubber ducks. I think this feels good enough. Now, when this thing happens, I do think people are going to be like, do I have to watch this, really? And the answer is no. We can speed this up. Maybe at lower levels, the CPU should have less life. No, I don't have a rubber duck collection. I don't have a single rubber duck. Yeah, I should write that down at some point in the future. Balance. Lower the life of CPUs at low computer levels. It takes a while just to watch matches and even already sweating. Yeah. Beta prep is going okay. I'm not feeling the streaming right now. It's very generous of you, Turbo Dave. It takes a while just to watch matches end when you have only 1 to 2 attacker bots and they're pelting the CPU. Can you turn volume down of effects while speeding up the game? You can. I could do that, yeah. I don't know if that's necessary. What's changing right now is the rate of sound effects. So if we just test this out versus slowed down. I guess the volume is probably a tiny bit louder as a result of you hearing the sounds so compacted. But I don't do anything specifically with volume, I just change the rate. Hey Max. Increase game speed if only the CPU is left. Yeah, but that might be confusing to you of like, wait, why is my bot moving faster if all of a sudden like everything just doubled in speed? You might wonder what happened. But I think changing the health of CPUs is probably just better in that case. I should probably test this in the soft launch to make sure it works. Maybe. Hey, Sec. Can you decrease the volume by extra? Yeah, I can do that. Let's take a look. Who made the assets? Yeah, there were several different artists who worked on the game. Or bring up another tutorial here. Left. Showing the player the speed up button. I was looking for it. Yeah, that UI is going to change eventually. It'll look like... I don't think I've got a picture of it actually. But yeah, that UI is going to change. Hey, Mythar. If only the CPU is left, just blow it up. Are there scenarios for more bots to be put down? No, but there are a couple of scenarios. There are some scenarios where the defender loses all of their bots and still wins the game. And I'll write down what some of those are. One is the attackers are on fire and will burn before they can win. The other is the defenders placed landmines and the attackers will die to those, or the defenders had shot artillery, which is not immediate, and will kill the attackers. And then there's a future scenario where chips somehow defend themselves or give the CPU the ability to defend themselves. And there's another future scenario where attackers can self-inflict damage to improve power or something. I don't know. Does it mine virtual money for you? No. So yeah, there's a bunch of different scenarios where we can't just say, well, you killed all the bots, so you won. Oh, you do have quite the rubber duck collection. Yeah, so when we change the rate, adjust playback properties, maybe if the rate is too much, we change the volume a little bit. Because yeah, the default rate is just 1. And what is this stuff? Yeah, let's just do this. Math.min3 rate times 0. I don't know what this stuff is. I guess it's that I didn't want sounds to be multiplied exactly by like 32 times the speed. Yeah. So we'll say volume times equal like 0.8. We should probably do this as a component of rate. Volume multiplier equals. So we want this to be at most something like we'll cut it down by 80%. Or at least 80%. And then here, as the rate is higher than 0.6. So rate is going to be somewhere between 1 and 3. So 1 minus rate times 0.07. And then volume times equal volume multiplier. Hey, Fwingor. So as the rate increases, sounds will seem louder because they'll be closer together. So change volume, lower volume a bit to compensate. Let's try that and see what that sounds like. This might be pretty hard to hear. In fact, let's log into someone who has a ton of bots. Yeah, this. So we'll just put down a bazillion bots. There. Let's save that. Test this out. Okay, let me speed it up. Maybe that's still too much. Maybe we lower this to 0.7 and we change this to 0.8. Wait, it's 3. Maybe it's 0.1. Let's turn off music as well so I can just hear this. So this is normal volume levels right now. As we speed it up, we should hear it quiet down a bit, but they'll get closer together. Am I even doing anything right now? I feel like, no, I'm not doing anything. Of course I'm not. I gotta put this down here. Oh man. Okay. No wonder it's not working. Yeah, I'm still not sure if this is working though. Let's double these numbers. Well, let's change them by a factor of 2, I should say. So what I think this will do now is the volume multiplier is going to be pretty small, which means we should hear a stark difference between what we had and what we're about to have. Actually does work pretty well. I thought that would be bad, but I think this is fine. So we could actually print out the volume multiplier here. Part of what's going on is it's multiplying by so many different things. If we were to increase this, I'm just warning you guys, this may be a little louder than it just was. Hopefully it's not like ear-breakingly loud. What do I do for a living? It's this. I work on botnet full time. Yeah, I think this is working pretty well. So the volume multiplier that we're getting is what exactly? 0.4 rate times 2. Yeah. I kind of messed that up a little bit. So if I let this get lowered even more, so 0.7 divided by 3, 23 and a third. So we set this like 0.2333. Wait, I said 20. Yeah, I said that correctly. Okay, what about at 2 times speed? Is this still good? times speed. Okay, and 8 times. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good. Well, good suggestion, Banana. Yeah. So what we want to do is, let's say max volume attenuation equals 0.7. So what we're basically going to say here is max is 1 minus the attenuation, and then 1 minus rate times attenuation divided by 3. Rate times attenuation divided by 3. And the reason I chose 3 is because this has a minimum rate of 3. Or has a maximum rate. That was wrong. This should be just volume attenuation. There. Okay, I think that's good. We'll test it one more time just to make sure I didn't just break anything with those variables. Well, that's not me breaking something, that's just my build process sucking. Okay, so we go into test mode. You know what else we should really be doing here? Is we should have a bunch of different random things on here. Lasers level 1, missiles level 1, artillery level 1, melee, and landmines. And then what we should do is just have a script that controls them all. So lasers, missiles, artillery, melee, landmines, and then figure it out for me. We'll convert that to JavaScript, and we'll say for all of these, if percent chance 50. I know this is not an even chance to do all of these. There's a higher chance that we'll hit the ones at the top because this will have to go through a bunch of failed coin flips to get here, but whatever. It'll give us different sound effects at the very least. This isn't meant to be a good strategy, it's just meant to test something. Alright, so this is normal sound. Now we double it. Now we double it again. I think that's good. What's interesting is because these have a random strategy, sometimes they'll lose and sometimes they'll win. There they lost. There they won. There they won a lot. By a wide margin, I mean. Okay, pretty good. Bug known, still there after refresh, doesn't load images. Oh, do you have custom fonts disabled, Timon? Because this is a text problem. Also, what browser are you on? Obfuscating their tactics by using that percent chance option. Yeah, it's available. Should be on default everything. Yeah, that's weird. You're not on a new version of Chrome, like Chromium or Canary or whatever. Yeah, because so yeah, Turbo Dave, you have the percent chance block always. So yeah, you could always do something like, I don't know, fire lasers half the time and then try firing missiles the other half of the time. I don't know why you would do this in particular. There is a good reason to use percent chance sometimes. Like, if up and down are both totally viable options, then just pick randomly between them. Hey, Artie. I'm not really even sure what's going on today. We're just messing around with random improvements at this point. So adjust volume of sounds based on their rate. When sounds play back too quickly in a row because the replay speed is high, it is seemingly louder than normal. So this attenuates the volume to make it less cacophonous. Alright, let's do that. Is there anything else in this gotcha? Oh, that worked? Oh, nice. Hey, Rocket. Wow, interesting. I wonder why that happened. Huh. Okay, any other gut check kinds of things? We're gonna just keep looking through this until we are satisfied. Whoops, not report bug. Don't do that. Don't care about that. We want music back on. Want to turn the arena sounds down still. What's the default for that? Sound constants, game. Default volume is 5, so 50%. Yeah, I still don't think that's what people want. I think people want these bars to generally be kind of close to one another. Let's try to pay attention to that. Alright, so we'll set this back to the default of 50. And what's the default master volume? 90%. Okay, sorry. Let me know, any of the viewers here, if this is too loud for you guys, because I think it's fine for me. Okay, we have missiles and shield. Let's also get melee level 1. Is that even a good idea? Strategy wise? Yeah, it is. It's fine, okay. I feel like this mix of sound to music is good. So the sounds aren't overpowering and you can still hear the music. And that's with this at 50%. If we turn it up to 90, I think it's gonna be overpowering. Yeah, that's too much. But I think it's okay to let the user do that. If they want to set it to 90, that's fine, and I'll just start this at 50. I think that's okay. So I don't think that's an issue. Let's move on to the rest of this stuff. So let's see, we're on the news page. We can go look at a replay. Let's watch it. I think you need transition tunes. I still want to have fanfares. I just haven't composed them yet. I put some time into that, and I didn't come up with anything that was like that great. Let me play you what I had kind of been thinking of, and this sounds like another game. Let me even figure out how I'm going to show you this. I guess I need to add... What am I doing? Where's synth 1? Why can I not find this? Oh, it's way at the top. This is in alphabetical order. Was it by vendor? I guess so. I don't like abruptly stopping the music after the fight. Well, there. Oh, darn it. I just knocked over a trash can. Alright. Let's try this out here. So yeah, here's what I was thinking of. Let's see. This is a bad instrument to use for this. I don't know, let's just pick something. Yeah, so it would be something like... Something like that. That's what I had thought of, at least. And I'm not sure what it sounds like. Fade out, fade in should need a different tune. I don't know about the battle music. Yeah, maybe fading that out. I guess I'll write that down. Look into whether I should fade out the battle music. Am I gonna perform it live every time someone wins? No, what does that sound like though? I think there's a Zelda melody that has something like that. No. No, is it that? There's something that's increasing chromatic major chords. I don't know. Mario when you exit the level? Doesn't sound like that. Seems a bit too regal for this game. Regal Seagull. Hey Seagull. And hey Mr. Cheap. Mario when you exit the level? No, it sounds like some NES game. But I just can't place it. Star Tropics. I think it's Star Tropics. Yeah. I think it's that. Let me find that later. The victory fanfare I'd been planning sounds kind of like Star Tropics. Not sure where. How often do I lift? I've been going to the gym, I think, like half as much as I used to. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about this stuff. We have a race coming up this weekend, and I was trying to like run more for that, and then I kind of hurt my back this last week. It is a bit like Mario. Okay, I'll look at these videos later then. Well, yeah, so that's what I wanted to have happen. I wanted there to be a fanfare music at the end of this. But let's see what it's like to fade out the battle music. What? What's going on here? That seemed too quiet. No, this isn't good. Yeah. I think this attenuates too much. I think we should go change that. Yeah, I bought it for the full price. I mean, I think it was $200. I'm happy with the software. Did I come up with all the music on my own? Yeah, I did. It's not too close to both of those. And thanks, Mr. Cheap. Well, let's try that then. Yeah, maybe that's better. I don't know. I don't know about fading it out. Oh, 900. Wow. Yeah, no, I did not pay $900 for Fruity Loops. I paid $200 about 6 or 7 years ago, maybe. So they have a fade from to in duration, and then they have an event that I could do where I could stop the track. So let's go try that out. There's a should fade in, but I guess we'll just say should fade out equals not should fade in, because these are all the battle music tracks. And then over here, when we get to stop, what we'll do is we'll say if should fade out, then music howl dot fade. How does this work exactly? So we're going to say the current volume, which I don't actually know. So const volume equals this dot give volume to apply music sound descriptor. So we fade from the current volume down to 0 over 1,000 milliseconds. And when it's done, we can't specify a callback, but there's an on fade. Fires when the current sound finishes fading in or out. Then we just want to stop it. Music howl dot. Do we have any of these other sound dot on? Are these howls? The shades are only there for Halloween. Let's see, and how does this get added? On fade is just a function. It's not a method to add the function. We still need on, right? Yeah, on event function. So on is going to be fade, then a function. Okay, good. Yeah, so and Doran. And the function is just going to be music howl.stop. Otherwise, we directly stop it. Let's see how that sounds. The other thing is, when we're done, I want to remove this event. I don't think it's needed anymore. But let's try that out. In terms of lines of handwritten code, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's try that. This may be hard to even hear. Let's see. I can't tell. It's too hard. Maybe let's set this to 5,000. No, I don't even think it's working. What's going on here? No, that actually doesn't count comments. If I go to this, could you just make 2 tones of a specific frequency? I don't know if that would make this easier. Oh, darn it. Yeah, this thing is broken now. I guess I gotta fix that at some point. It uses the old structure. Yeah, my number of code lines is something like 50, probably 3,000 at this point. And the number of comment lines, which is not included in that number, is actually pretty high. It's probably like 20 or 30,000. It has like 1,000 lines of code. No, it has way more than that. I don't think you're ever going to make an operating system like Linux in 1,000 lines of code unless you greatly manipulate what you consider to be a line of code. Yeah, 1 million, it's probably got way more than that too. Okay, well, the fade out didn't work here. We should be able to... Wait, what's this for? .exe. Should fade out. Uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh. I'm trying to play Robo Hustle here, and the... Oh, interesting. What is the volume for this? This wasn't even playing to begin with, though. So we need to know if it was already playing. Yeah, so if music howl.playing, then we need to either stop it or pause it. Hey, Glowing Soul. Linux is 1 line of code. I still don't know if this is correct. Let's try it out. So we need this sound back on. No, it's definitely not working. It's not even breaking in. What's going on? Is it not playing? Alright, I don't have a way to mute that, do I? Oh, I do. Okay, good. Yeah, so should fade out is false for some reason. That's strange. Should fade in is not defined. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Yeah, whoops. Yeah, we don't ever directly stop that. Yeah, we gotta get rid of this. Check if we should fade out, if not directly stop. Well, we'll keep the same structure we had because this is what we want eventually, but const should fade out equals true. To do pull this from sound descriptor, which we don't even have that property yet, so that's why that's a to-do item. Yeah, that was my bad, because this will never be set to true, and in fact we don't even want this here. Yeah, got it. A big program could have only one line of code, right? Like you could write everything on the same line, can't you? I mean, mostly you can. There are some things that you can't do. Like if you say pound define foo to be 5 in C++, you can't then put another thing here. You can't say like void bar something. I don't think this will work because you're defining, I think define has to be on its own line. Anyway, so there's some things where it's like, yeah, you can't do everything in one line, but if you're talking about one editor line, you can pretty much do anything in JavaScript on one editor line, I think. Okay, let's try this now. It should fade out over 5 seconds. Yeah, so it sounds really weird given that it's 5 seconds, but if we change it to 1 second like I wanted it to be, then it might be better. Is that better though? I don't know if I like that. Maybe we fade this out faster, but then... I don't know about this. Yeah, I don't know about doing that. I think the fanfare might be better eventually. Also, out of curiosity, if I say a dot on fade, it gets deleted. Does that Howler do that for me? Where is their fade function? On fade. Wait a second. Sound out once. Oh yeah, there. They do. Oh, okay, good. That's pretty good. So they do have this plan. Yeah, I don't think I like this either. Yeah. But it is worth writing this in my Howler notes. Fading out a sound. So the way that Howler adds the fade event is such that it only triggers once before being removed. So we pretty much just have to do this. Stopping a sound may not even be necessary, but here's the full code that I used when I was testing this. So it's just music howl.fade. Whoop, I can't get the right tabbing in OneNote easily. There. Yeah, good, cool. No need to worry about removing the fade event now. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of this. And the thing we won't get rid of is the different volume attenuation that I had, because I tried it originally with a pretty high number and I don't know if I like that anymore. I think because it's multiplicative, it's going to be problematic at either end of the spectrum, but kind of in the middle it's going to be fine. So let's delete all of this. In fact, let's copy it first and then let's delete all of it. Yeah, that I think I still want to save. Also, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom really fast. Then we're going to continue to test to see if that volume attenuation is fine. I'll be right back. Oops, there we go. All right. Hey, Kizzy. What else did I miss? Okay, yeah. So the volume attenuation's up. Let's go take a look at that. Hey, Kenzo Dev. How you doing? We are working on some beta gut checks here. Just checking to see if the sound is leveled correctly as we speed this up. I still think it's too much now, and I wonder if that's because I moved this to here. So when it was in the middle, maybe it was... I'm not sure how I should do this. Maybe I should do this as a... Yeah, I think that's a problem. I think as these things get closer to the top of their volume sliders, that's when you want more attenuation. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get something that sounds good for all of this. Maybe I can't do this linearly. It's gonna be somewhere between 1 and 3. That's right, times minus volume attenuation. Yeah. And we want 0.5 and then 1 minus. I don't know. I don't know a good way to do this. Let's try this. you safe. What I'm doing right now is, okay, so when you play sounds, they have volume X. However, their rate is determined by the replay speed of the arena. So when you speed up sounds, they can be played closer together. So they sound louder even though they're not. So what I was trying to do is lower X when the rate is higher. And I did that, but the problem is that we have multiple sound bars. Maybe, oh, you know what we should do? Maybe we should just do a flat rate of subtraction here. No, that's not good. Well, it might be good. Yeah, maybe it is good. The attenuation is getting multiplied by the current, this volume. Which, I think I'm going to change this. I tried a multiplicative way of attenuating volume, but I think just lowering it altogether may be better. Yeah, so what if we did that? We said max volume attenuation equals 0.3, and then, or we do both of these strategies. There's a flat decrease and there's also a multiplicative one. I'm not sure. Let's just try this. Rate divided by max rate times max volume attenuation. So this is how much we will attenuate it by. And then we do volume equals math dot. I don't want to do this. If the volume is lower than a certain number, maybe we don't change that at all, but you'd still want it to change. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a great way of doing this. Yeah, I don't want to mess with this too much. So I feel like writing this here just makes this more obvious as to what's going on here. I know parentheses aren't needed here, but this is for the sake of readability later. Yeah, we can try this. Yeah, crucials. I don't think that would be a bad idea. I don't think I'm going to spend a lot of time on this anymore. Also, we should really move a lot of these so that they're closer to the enemies. This seems to have no impact there. I don't understand why. Old volume equals volume. Yeah, thanks, Ski Dog. Yeah, Hideo, and I was using what you had, and then Hideo ended up linking in something that kind of created a banner for me, and I went with that. Because the beta banner that I have now has this cool hover color. And when you click it, it brings you to the document that talks about what's going on with beta. So console.log, volume to whatever the new volume is, which means that the other one needs to have old volume here. And then we'll put the multiplier in parentheses. Let's see. Hey, Digital Playground. What did I do? That this isn't working? Oh, the rate is still 1, that's why. So now if we just mute this for a second, we can see that the volume things wanted to play at was 0.8, and we multiplied it by 0.8 to get it to 0.64. And then we set that as the volume of that particular sound. And so if we speed this up to the maximum, then we're going from 0.8 to 0.4. So we're cutting it in half, which half is the maximum attenuation. So why does it not really sound that much quieter? Right? That sounds like it's the same loudness as this. No, I don't have the victory fanfare yet. Maybe it's just an illusion and this is actually correct and the attenuation's working fine, it just doesn't feel that way. So let's lower the volume now and we'll set this to 50%. We'll just get rid of the music and we'll test this. And now it goes from about 50% to half of that. Yeah, then maybe this is fine. Maybe this is all working exactly how it should be working and I'm just being dense here. Yeah, I think this is good. All right. We'll just call this volume multiplier. Can you rap? I have produced, I think, 2 or 3 rap tracks in my entire life, none of which you will ever hear. But no, I can't rap. Hey, Tupperbox. Drop the database. I get you. Although one of the tracks I did make was something insulting Programmer D's Super Smash Bros. Abilities, and the beat for that was pretty good. I will pat myself on the back for that. Maybe someday you guys will hear the beat, but you probably won't ever hear the lyrics because those are terrible. You have cool sounds for firing. I did not make the sounds. That was all done by Logan Hayes. Sounds. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so lower max volume attenuation. Decreasing the sounds by too much at higher playback speeds. It didn't feel right. Well, let's just keep going with the game, see what's going on here. So we're going to put music back on. Let's mess around in these menus. So if I'm seeing this for the first time, I guess I'm seeing it for the first time in the tutorial if I'm seeing it for the first time, but I'll come back to this afterward. Do I like having flavor text here? I don't know. Yeah, some things might be a little confusing here. Yeah, I saw that, Mr. Cheat. Fine here. How did I find people to do art and music? So I found Logan Hayes through EJ. EJ had said, hey, this guy worked on the Pedestrian soundtrack, you should contact him. So I did. He did the sounds. The music I just did myself, and the artwork I found through Jason, the UX designer. And yeah, I saw that EJ. I think he did a pretty good job at like recovering. It wasn't like he was a laughing stock. He made light of it. So that was good. Yeah, there's kind of a lot going on here. Public attacks. But at first when you see this, none of this will be here. So we'll just say enable. Which one of the things I don't think I ever tested is, what if you don't have this enabled ever and you try pasting in someone else's link? So for example, I go into Atom 3 and I try that out. Player you try to attack has disabled this feature. Oh yeah, whoops. Okay, that was just a minor mistake. I have to actually click enable and then I can do this. Yeah, it works. Okay, cool. Not too concerned about that then. Yeah, hey, well. I think we're looking pretty good. Let's look at the beta prep list and just see what stuff I'm going to be doing for the next day or two. Use real email addresses for signups. I think we're finally set on this. I need to test this out, and I'm not actually sure how I'm going to test this out. Maybe... yeah, I don't know how I'm going to test this. I have some Ansible property somewhere. Where is this? There's something on emails here. I don't know where. Let's just let it search. This will probably take forever. Okay, let's do it this way. JS find emails. Is there any Ansible stuff? If true, we'll send out emails. Send emails is at default. Requires that the region is set, and then we have AWS credentials. The region. What? Okay. Huh. What day are we getting the fake beta testing? Either Sunday or Monday. Because beta's launching on Tuesday. And I don't want there to be too much time of just soft launch. Let me see. I want to check something else out here. Yeah, there are like 2,000 games played. Wow. I don't know how many health checks failed. Yeah, you have time to save your scripts. I will have a database locally that has everything that's on production right now. But recovering people's scripts and everything is something I'm going to have to write a custom tool for. So if I just set this to true, send emails, what happens? Let's look through the whole system and find out. JS find send emails. So this gets sent to the overseer. Then the overseer uses this here. Is true or string true, sounds fine. So SES can be used from outside of AWS, but the real issue is that set AWS region needs to be called for it to work. Where does that get used? Set AWS region. Because I only enable this for one region. And I don't know what region I think I'm using over here. Overseer state. AWS region. US West 2. Is that Oregon? Because that's what it needs to be. US West 2 AWS. What is this? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, it is Oregon. Yeah, that's where I set up emails. All right. Right, this is Oregon, and we should put this here. Oh, we should put it like this. The region will affect whether SES can be, hey Jack Blades, whether SES can be used to send emails. It's region specific. And then we put this here. There. And hey, Orsini. All right. And then what's the rest of this? We don't check to see if the region was set, but we do make sure we're on AWS. Critical error email address. What is that? Is that from the vault? Did I write this somewhere? Yeah, it's in the vault. Uh-oh. I better go look at that. Make sure this is set correctly in the vault. Hey, static void main. Am I the only one working on it? I'm not the only one working on it, but I am the only developer on it. And yeah, it'll be in beta in six days. I almost said 6 weeks. Okay, I think the rest of this with email addresses is probably fine. We have, yeah, I'm probably gonna work on this tomorrow. Hey Morty. Never used Amazon's API. It's not bad. The prices aren't the greatest. I'm paying like $70 a month and I'm not even in beta yet. Then this soft launch, I still think this should be either Sunday or Monday. Fix the no WebGL issue. Still, I'm not totally sure what to do about that. Missions UI, button hover, fax API documentation, bug fixes, putting things online, reserve names. Yeah, I think a lot of this is going to be stuff that I end up doing off stream. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said earlier, I'm just not feeling the whole streaming thing right now. I feel like there is still a lot of work to be done, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been working much more than normal lately, but I think I'm gonna get going. Well, all right, yeah. So here's kind of the lay of the land right now. I am totally ripping you guys off of stream time. The next stream will be Friday. I'm not sure how long it will be or what I'll do. After that, we have Monday, so soft launch of beta, or maybe that would be on Sunday, and then Tuesday is beta launch. So I'd like it if people could check out Tuesday's stream at the very least. I have a lot of work to do off stream, and I just feel like, yeah, I'm not benefiting so much from the stream right now. Normally I try to stick to my schedule, but yeah, it's not something that I think is worth it for the next like 6 days. Then I think things will go back to normal after beta has launched, and I'll take like a short vacation, I think. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for cutting out so early. And I'm going to leave you with Kitboga, who I don't ever get to host. I just get to auto-host him. So have a good rest of the day. I'll see you guys on Friday, and take care.